Hey, welcome back to the channel. Back in the garage today, actually working on two different things. First thing, my dad got me this cool motorcycle engine clock. It's pretty cool. I need to find a place to hang it in here. I got a lot of stuff on the wall, so it's going to be hard. A couple weeks had it in the dining room. My wife's had enough of it, so now I got to find a place to put that. The other thing is looking up the how to change the brake fluid on the Softail. I just had it in for servicing for the oil change. Don't judge me. I have lifetime warranty or lifetime oil changes, and that's why I bring it in. They always do it once over every second one, so 3% and 4%. Not 100% sure what that means. It's water in the brake line, so that needs to be changed. They said I could do it next time, but I got to figure out if I'm able to do it and what tools I might need, because that might be my next video. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. It's actually about the MSF course and things that they taught you or didn't teach you or should have taught you or shouldn't have taught you. But anyways, let's get into it. So the reason I was thinking of this MSF course and what they taught you or didn't teach you and stuff like that is I was actually listening to a podcast, High Side, Low Side, and there was a question on there where a guy wrote in saying, how come the MSF course doesn't teach you not to change your gears while you're in a turn? And the guy had a story about how he did it for the first time and, you know, he almost crashed and the bike skidded a little bit on him. But anyways, this actually stuck out with me for two reasons, actually, because I listened to it, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks ago, and I've been thinking about it ever since. The two reasons why I keep thinking about it is, one, the host's answer. I really like their answer. They basically said that, hey, you know, it's only a two-day course. They can't teach you everything in that course. And two, what they told the guy is sometimes you just have to kind of learn on your own is a good way to learn motorcycling. And for a dumb guy, that's right up my alley because I can't be told how to do it. Sometimes I have to figure it out myself. And the second reason why it stuck with me is my MSF course, they taught me, you know, you don't change gears in a turn. You know, basically do all your braking and all your gear shifting before you enter a turn. That's what they taught us. And the reason why I've been thinking about it is because I do switch gears in turns sometime. Now, it's not best practices, obviously, because that's why they tell you not to, but there are some certain times when I'm in a turn, I do switch gears. Case in point, just a couple days ago, I was on this. We have a couple of like tight hairpin turns in and around me, and I love going through it. And depending on what angle I take it at, I can be in one gear and take it at X kilometers an hour. Other times I miss my spot and I need a downshift. And I have done it in corners. Now, it's one of those things, you know, do as I say, not as I do. You probably shouldn't be doing that, but I feel like you can do it safely if you know, come off the clutch a little bit slower or whatnot. I've never skidded out doing this or, you know, done anything or almost crashed doing it. I feel like I've done it safely. So that got me thinking of other things that the MSF, of course, either didn't tell me or did tell me. One of the things is I always use 4 fingers on my clutch as well as my brake for my front brakes. They teach you, you know, use 2 fingers. But for me, I always use 4. I feel validated in that only because I saw Fort9 do a video on the police training, and they teach you 4 because your hand won't tire as quickly going in and out with your clutch or your brake front brakes. So again, they taught me 2 fingers. I use 4, no biggie there. The other thing is hovering over your brakes. I live in the hills of Caledon, so there's a lot of little like rolling hills, if I'm coming up over a hill, I put my fingers over my brake all the time because I can't see what's coming the other way. Again, they taught me not to do that because you don't want to accidentally brake, but I always do that. Now, I feel vindicated in that too because I've heard Kyle Wyman always does that. If you don't know, he's King of the Baggers racer, and you know, so he's a professional racer. If he does it, I feel like I'm okay doing it too. But yeah, I want to know from you guys, is there something the MSF course didn't tell you that you wish they did teach you, or something they did teach you but you don't use anymore? For me, it's the, you know, changing gears in corners as well as hovering over the brakes. They taught me that, but I do it my own way. Not saying it's the correct way, but I have done it before. But yeah, I want to know from you guys, what are some of the things that they didn't teach you or did teach you that you do differently? Anyways, until next time, later.